And so he was super young actually when he started. He was called just like you guys, all of you guys right now. Look up at me. All of you guys, he has called you guys right now, which is crazy because you guys are all these ages, and he was 13. He was very young. And even a person that was younger than this was Josiah. He was called at like 7 years old, 8 years old. He was super young. Yeah, and he was a king. King Josiah. He was a king at a very young age. So God is gonna call you guys at a very young age, but that shouldn't scare you because he's even saying, he's like, oh sovereign Lord, I can't speak for you, I'm too young. But then the Lord says, don't say I'm too young. He's like, for you must go and I will send you. Because with God, you can't be like, I'm too young, I can't do this. Because if God called you to do something, obviously he believes and obviously he knows that you can do it. So you just kind of have to like change your mind around and be like, I can do it. But not by your own strength, it's by his strength. Okay? That's why he says, I will speak for you, I will do these things. Because it's not by our own strength. Obviously, he was very young, so he would not be able to do that. Yes. Verse 10.
All the way to verse 10, okay. Do not be afraid of their faces, for I am with you to deliver your sins, says the Lord. Then the Lord put forth his head and touched my mouth, and the Lord said to me, behold, to rule out and to pull down the destroy and plant.
So God has called Jeremiah obviously to something super big and something that at that age he doesn't believe that he can do. So he's called him to this is kind of a lot, but he says don't say I'm too young, for you must go wherever I send you and say whatever I tell you, and don't be afraid of the people, for I will be with you and I will protect you. And he says, today I appoint you to stand against nations and kingdoms. Some you must uproot and tear down, destroy and overthrow. Others you must build up and plant. I don't know about y'all, but that kind of sounds a little scary to me, because he's actually calling him, he's calling him to like great things. Like either to destroy kingdoms or to build them up. Like at that time, Jeremiah was like, I can't destroy a kingdom, I can't do anything. And God's like, don't say I'm too young. Don't say that you can't speak, because I have called you to speak. And that's the same thing he's saying to all of you guys right now. He's saying, just because you're young, just because, I don't know, whatever, you feel like you can't speak, you feel like you can't read maybe or something like that. Yeah, you need to feel like you can do anything, because God said that you guys can do anything through his name.
Start with like this page here.
I know, it's pretty good. And did you want to read?
Moreover, the word of the Lord come to me, saying, Jeremiah, what do you see? And I said, I see a branch of an almond tree.
So a lot of times, even with like Jeff Taylor, you guys remember the Jeff Taylor meetings? I don't know how many of you guys were there. Yeah, I don't know. And some of you guys were there, some of you guys weren't. But at the Jeff Taylor meetings, he always talked about how he saw visions for different people, and sometimes he even saw Jesus. And so in this instance, Jeremiah is basically talking to God, and God is giving him a vision at this point. It's up to you. Does everyone listen? Cool. Okay, so it says, I will pronounce judgment on my people for all the evil, for deserting me and burning incense to other gods. Yes, they worship idols made with their own hands. So the Israelites are being bad right now. Let's just say that. There's a lot of times that they're just kind of like annoying. And so they were kind of being annoying right now, and they're deciding to burn incense to other gods, even though their own God is the one that they should be serving. It says, get up and prepare for action. Go out and tell them everything I tell you to say. Do not be afraid of them, or I'll make you look foolish in front of them. That's another thing with God. You gotta have confidence and boldness when you're speaking his word, and when he tells you something. Like, sometimes he'll stop you on the street or whatever, or stop you in the store. A lot of times this has happened to Pastor Brian upstairs. He has been inside the store, and all of a sudden there's been this like pulling for him to talk to another person, and he's like, I could talk to him or I could not talk to him, but he had to have that boldness to actually be like, I'm gonna go talk to him, and what comes out of my mouth isn't from me, it's from God. So you have to like believe that what God is actually gonna tell you when you talk to the nations or anything like that. But when you go to the nations and when you go to different people, he is gonna help you. And then it says, get up and prepare for action. Go out and tell them everything I tell you. Say, do not be afraid, or I'll make you fools in front of them. For see, today I have made you strong, like a fortified city that cannot be captured, like an iron pillar or a bronze wall. You will stand against the whole land, the kings, officials, priests, officials, and people of Judah. They will fight you, but they will fail, for I am with you, and I will take care of you. I, the Lord, have spoken. So, Lord your God is going to protect you against pretty much everything. He protected Jeremiah